Hi guys, my name is Johan from restoration.bike, and in this video I'm going to compare this Hollowtech II crankset to a standard square taper setup. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, which I greatly appreciate. I have some accompanying footage where I replaced the crank arm with a new one because it was black and I wanted to have an entirely silver setup. So this bike is from 1998 and originally had a drivetrain setup based on square taper bottom bracket. Now, square taper bottom brackets seem outdated in a world where a new piece of tech is hitting the market every minute, but even new bikes today get outfitted with them, and it begs the question, are square taper bottom brackets any good? Now, weight is often cited as a reason why parts are better or worse than other parts, with lighter being better. So a Shimano BB-UN55 square taper bottom bracket weighs in at around 285 grams for the 123 millimeter length version. And a Shimano Hollowtech II SM-BB52 bottom bracket weighs just over 90 grams. So yeah, that's quite a big difference for just a single component. And if you care about shaving off around 200 grams, you might consider upgrading from square taper to Hollowtech. However, my Shimano Deore XT FC M770 Hollowtech II crankset weighs exactly 600 grams, and the 1989 Shimano SA MT60 crankset weighs less with 530 grams. So the net effect of not using a square taper bottom bracket because of the weight is less than you might be looking for. Another common argument against square taper bottom brackets is that they are less stiff and with a larger width, bigger bearings on the outside rather than the inside of the frame and the spindle co-integrated with the crank. That might indeed be the case for Hollowtech II bottom brackets. That being said, I've never actually felt cranks flex when doing steep climbs and really putting the power down. So I don't know, is it true? And if so, does it matter for the average Joe? For the last comparison, I look at the argument that square taper bottom brackets are more prone to wear. So please watch a piece of the following video.
Inevitably, the failure mode on a bicycle bearing is usually from an external factor such as contamination. So you get a bit of grit in there, the ball spins round and then grinds itself into one of the races. So that's how that fails.
So based on the video, it seems it's not how many miles you ride with a bottom bracket, but how much you ride with contaminated bearings. And whereas the Hollowtech crank is pressed flush against the bottom bracket, the open character of square taper bottom brackets does lend itself more to being contaminated. So my final thoughts are that I'm not really convinced that a Hollowtech II setup is markedly better than your standard square taper version. What I do know is that yet again, I had to buy another tool to service it. So that's it for this comparison between Hollowtech II and square taper. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Let me know what your thoughts are between the two, and I hope I can welcome you again for the next video. Bye for now.